Did you ever lie awake in the deep quiet of the night, the world outside hushed into a slumber you can't seem to find, and feel it? That deep, persistent hum beneath your skin, a resonance that speaks not of random chance, but of intention. It's a whisper from your very core, telling you this struggle, this gnawing weight, this relentless pressure you've been living under, it wasn't just a mistake. You did not stumble into this particular hardship, this specific season of testing, by accident. You are not some stray leaf caught in a sudden gust of bad luck, blown about by impersonal forces. No, something far more significant, far more deliberate has orchestrated your steps, nudging you with an unseen but undeniable force, guiding you to this precise moment, to these very words. The currents that brought you here are not random eddies in the vast ocean of existence. They are deliberate pathways carved by an unseen hand, a cosmic cartographer who mapped your journey before you even took your first breath. Think of it, the choices you made, the paths you took, even the unexpected detours, they all converge right here, right now, like streams flowing into a mighty river, all leading to this point of revelation. A divine architect has been at work, meticulously planning this encounter, ensuring that the message you need, the truth that will set you free, lands directly in your hands, in your heart, in your spirit. You are standing on the edge of something profound. A precipice, yes, but not one of despair. This is a precipice of destiny, a vantage point where the veil between the seen and the unseen is thinning, becoming almost transparent. And in that thinning, you can hear it, a celestial whisper, a confirmation that echoes the deepest knowing of your soul. Your journey, every trial, every joy, every setback has been meticulously orchestrated. This is not a casual scroll through a feed, a fleeting moment of distraction. This is an awakening. This is a spiritual resonance that floods your being, a profound certainty that rises from the depths of your spirit, declaring unequivocally that you are a child of light. And that very challenge that feels like it's trying to suffocate you, that obstacle that seems insurmountable, listen closely. It is not an arbitrary roadblock. It is interwoven with a divine purpose. It is a crucial test, a divinely appointed trial, set forth by the Creator Himself, not to break you, but to illuminate the brilliance that already resides within you. The urgency you feel is not the panic of a crisis. It is the palpable pull of a celestial countdown. It is the sound of a breakthrough waiting, a season of profound transformation that is poised to unfold, awaiting only your recognition of this sacred, magnificent design. When you feel that pressure, that weight, recognize it for what it is, a sign. A sign that you are on the verge of a breakthrough, a sign that your spirit is being refined for a purpose far greater than you might yet comprehend. This is not a judgment, it is an invitation to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. The enemy, the forces that seek to dim your light, they know your potential. They see the spark of the divine within you, the unquenchable flame of your destiny, and they have thrown up this obstacle to try and extinguish it. But they have miscalculated. They have underestimated the power of the light that resides within you, the very light that has guided you to this very moment. Consider this. Even the greatest figures in history faced moments that seemed designed to crush them. Joseph, sold into slavery, betrayed by those closest to him. Imagine the darkness, the despair that must have tried to take root in his soul. Yet his integrity was a shield, his inner light a lamp that even the deepest dungeon could not extinguish. And it was precisely that test, that suffering, that prepared him for the throne. Or Gideon, called from the obscurity of a winepress, a place of hidden work and seeming insignificance, to confront an army that dwarfed his own. His fear was real, palpable, but it was transmuted into courage by a higher calling, by the promise of divine intervention. Their stories are not mere anecdotes in an ancient book. They are templates for your experience. Your current tribulation is a sacred echo of these foundational truths, a divine mirroring. Each setback, each moment of doubt, each instance where you felt overlooked or undervalued is not a mark of failure, but a strategic move in a cosmic game, a necessary part of the tempering process designed to forge an unshakable spirit within you. When you feel that pressure, that weight, recognize it for what it is, a sign. A sign that you are on the verge of a breakthrough, a sign that your spirit is being refined for a purpose far greater than you might yet comprehend. This is not a judgment, it is an invitation to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. The enemy, the forces that seek to dim your light, they know your potential. They see the spark of the divine within you, the unquenchable flame of your destiny, and they have thrown up this obstacle to try and extinguish it. But they have miscalculated. They have underestimated the power of the light that resides within you, the very light that has guided you to this very moment. Consider this. Even the greatest figures in history faced moments that seemed designed to crush them. Joseph, sold into slavery, betrayed by those closest to him. Imagine the darkness, the despair that must have tried to take root in his soul. Yet his integrity was a shield, his inner light a lamp that even the deepest dungeon could not extinguish. And it was precisely that test, that suffering, that prepared him for the throne. Or Gideon, called from the obscurity of a winepress, a place of hidden work and seeming insignificance, to confront an army that dwarfed his own. His fear was real, palpable, but it was transmuted into courage by a higher calling, by the promise of divine intervention. Their stories are not mere anecdotes in an ancient book. They are templates for your experience. Your current tribulation is a sacred echo of these foundational truths, a divine mirroring. Each setback, each moment of doubt, each instance where you felt overlooked or undervalued is not a mark of failure, but a strategic move in a cosmic game, a necessary part of the tempering process designed to forge an unshakable spirit within you. This perceived adversity, this formidable barrier that looms before you, is not a punishment delivered by a distant or capricious God. It is a divinely appointed forge. The heat and the pressure you are enduring are not intended to break you, to crush your spirit. They are meant to purify, to refine the raw, unpolished material of your being, to burn away the impurities, the doubts, the fears, and to transform you into a vessel capable of holding immense light, of wielding profound influence, of carrying a sacred trust. The waiting, the testing, the very ache and pain you endure, these are the sacred elements of the crucible where your true calling is being forged, shaped, and strengthened. This is where your divine identity is being annealed. It is in these fires that you are being made ready. This is not the end of your story. It is the prologue to your greatest chapter, written in the language of divine purpose. You were not meant to bypass this. You were meant to be remade by it. Have you ever felt the weight of a trial so heavy, so persistent, that it seemed to follow you everywhere? Into your quiet moments, your busiest hours, even your dreams? It's that suffocating silence when you cry out, that gnawing emptiness where fulfillment should be, that relentless pressure that whispers you are not enough, that you've been forgotten, or worse, that you are fundamentally flawed. You might have looked in the mirror and seen not the triumphant warrior you long to be, but someone battered, confused, and adrift. You've grappled with the sharp edges of rejection, the cold sting of abandonment, the crushing disappointment when promises crumbled, the profound loneliness that can settle even when surrounded by people. But I'm here to tell you, with a certainty that vibrates in your very soul, that this storm you're weathering is not a sign that you are losing. It is evidence that you are being fought for. This intensity, this spiritual ambush you're experiencing, it's not random. It's not a mistake in the cosmic ledger. This battle raging within and around you, this targeted assault on your peace, your voice, your very identity, it is precisely because your light is so potent. The enemy knows your capacity, your divine blueprint, your destiny to shift atmospheres and bring the kingdom. When you feel the ground shifting beneath your feet, when betrayal cuts deep, when doors slam shut before you even reach them, it's not a sign of your weakness, but of your formidable strength. It's a declaration that you are a threat to the darkness, and therefore you are under fire. Think about it. Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers, cast into a pit, languishing in a foreign prison. Was his suffering a mere accident? No. It was a divinely orchestrated pathway, a forge designed to temper his spirit, to equip him with wisdom, patience, and an unshakable reliance on God's faithfulness. His integrity was his shield against the venom of accusation and manipulation, and his eventual rise to power was not just personal triumph, but a rescue mission for nations. Or consider Gideon, hiding in a winepress, threshing wheat in secret, paralyzed by the fear of the Midianites. Did God overlook him? Did he abandon him in his moment of perceived inadequacy? Absolutely not. The angel of the Lord appeared, calling him a mighty warrior. This wasn't a lie. It was a prophetic unveiling of the strength that lay dormant within him, a strength that would be unleashed by obedience, not by his own might, but by God's power. His struggle was real, the fear was palpable, but the calling was undeniable, and the enemy's stronghold crumbled. Your present tribulation mirrors these ancient tests, these foundational stories etched into the fabric of faith. That feeling of being unseen, misunderstood, even rejected by those closest to you, it's not a mark of your deficiency. It is a sign that you carry something of immense value, something the enemy desperately wants to suppress. The weariness you feel isn't just physical. It's the spiritual fatigue of constant warfare, of battling against invisible forces that seek to steal your joy, your purpose, and your inheritance. When the path ahead seems impossibly steep, when opportunities vanish like smoke, when you feel like you're running on fumes and your voice has been stolen, remember this. The resistance you encounter is a direct measure of the breakthrough you are destined to experience. The pressure is building not to break you, but to birth something magnificent, something that will echo through generations. This isn't a random assault. It's a targeted campaign against your divine destiny, and that means your destiny is significant. The very obstacles placed in your path are shouting about the glory that is meant to come forth from you. They are the signposts on the road to your appointed hour. You've been wrestling, haven't you? I see the weariness etched into the lines around your eyes, the quiet ache that settles in your chest when the noise of the day finally dies down. It's that deep, persistent question, the one you barely dare to whisper to yourself in the dark. Why is this so hard? It feels like an ambush, a relentless pressure that tries to steal your breath, dim your light, and convince you that you're somehow flawed or forgotten. But I'm here to tell you with every fiber of my being that the struggle you are enduring right now is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament to your significance. It is proof that you are on the verge of something monumental. This particular trial, this formidable barrier that seems to rise before you, has not appeared by accident. The divine currents that brought you to this very moment, to this place of questioning and pressure, are not random. They are deliberate pathways, carved by an unseen hand, meticulously orchestrated by the Creator Himself. You are standing at a precipice, not of despair, but of profound destiny. The veil is thinning, and a celestial whisper is confirming what your spirit already knows. This challenge is a divine appointment. You are a child of light, and the very fabric of your current difficulty is interwoven with a sacred purpose. This is not a punishment from a distant God. It is a test set forth precisely to illuminate the brilliance that resides within you. Think about the stories that have echoed through the ages, the lives that have become beacons for us all. Consider Joseph, betrayed by his own brothers, cast into the pit, then into prison. His integrity was tested, his faith assailed, but his unwavering spirit and divine favor saw him rise from slavery to the second highest ruler in Egypt. His obstacle was not an end. It was a divinely ordained prelude to his destiny, a forging process that prepared him to save nations. Or look at Gideon, called from the obscurity of beating out wheat in a winepress, paralyzed by fear of the Midianites, only to be transformed into a mighty warrior who delivered his people. His fear was real, the enemy overwhelming, yet his perceived weakness became the very arena where God's power was magnified. You see, the giants of faith were not exempt from hardship. Their trials were the very crucibles where their extraordinary destinies were tempered. Your present tribulation is a sacred echo of these foundational narratives. Each setback, each moment of doubt, each instance of rejection or weariness you feel, these are not random misfortunes. They are strategic moves in a cosmic game, designed to refine your spirit, to forge an unshakable core of resilience within you. This perceived adversity, this formidable barrier, is not meant to break you. It is a divinely appointed forge. The heat and pressure you are experiencing are not a sign of abandonment, but of intense purification. They are transforming the raw material of your being into a vessel capable of holding immense light, of carrying a significant purpose, of wielding divine authority. The waiting, the testing, the very pain you endure, these are the sacred moments where your true calling is being tempered, made strong, made ready. This is why you must understand the delays you faced were not denials. The detours were not mistakes. The spiritual ambush you've walked through was not a sign you were defeated, but a testament that you are a threat to darkness. You are being strategically positioned. The divine architect has meticulously placed this trial, not to hinder you, but to highlight the very essence of your being, your chosenness, your resilience, your unwavering destiny to shine. This perceived obstacle, this seemingly insurmountable challenge, is, in fact, your divine stepping stone. It is proof that you are not just surviving, you are being preserved for a purpose far greater than you can currently perceive. You are being equipped. Your voice is being restored. Your fractured understanding is being healed. This is the sacred preparation for your season of manifestation. You are a child of light, and your greatest breakthroughs are forged in the fires of your greatest tests. This perceived adversity, this formidable barrier, is not a punishment from a distant God, but a divinely appointed forge. The heat and pressure are not meant to break you, but to purify, to refine the raw material of your being into a vessel capable of holding immense light and influence. The waiting, the testing, the very pain you endure, these are the crucible where your true calling is being tempered. Prophetic promises now surge, whispering of a coming season of accelerated growth, a profound renewal of spirit and vision. Clarity will descend like a cleansing rain, washing away the confusion and doubt, leaving behind a landscape of purpose. Peace will settle in your heart, not the absence of conflict, but the deep assurance of divine presence amidst the storm. Joy will erupt from the ashes of your trials, a resilient bloom. You are being equipped with authority. Your voice will be restored, and fractured relationships will find healing. All because of the sacred preparation you are undergoing. You are not just surviving, you are being strategically positioned. Your weakness becomes your launching pad. Your silence becomes the prelude to your roar. Your deepest wound becomes the very place where your greatest strength will erupt. This is the reframe, the turning point where the adversary's intent is shattered and God's sovereign purpose is revealed. What felt like a dead end is a divinely orchestrated detour, leading you to an unexpected abundance. What felt like rejection is the Almighty positioning you for unparalleled promotion. What felt like delay is His way of safeguarding your destiny until the perfect moment. Think of it, the crushing weight you've carried has not been to bury you, but to press the fragrance out of you, the exquisite aroma of Christ. That relentless pressure has not been to shatter your spirit, but to chisel you into a masterpiece, to carve away the superfluous so your true divine essence can shine. You see, the very things that have caused you to question your calling, to doubt your worth, to feel utterly depleted, these are the undeniable proof of your sacred mission. They are the markings of a chosen warrior, one who has endured the training grounds of heaven and is now being released into their appointed assignment. And now the promise is unfurling. Get ready for supernatural acceleration. The Lord is about to move you forward with a speed that defies logic, catapulting you beyond where you ever imagined. This is not just incremental progress, this is a quantum leap. Your spirit is being infused with an uncontainable renewal, a vibrant resurrection of hope and energy. The weariness that has clung to you like a shroud is being burned away by the fire of His presence, replaced by an unquenchable zeal. Clarity is descending. The fog of confusion that has shrouded your path is lifting, not gradually, but decisively. You will see with new eyes, with a divine perspective that pierces through deception and reveals the truth of your purpose. Decisions that once felt paralyzing will now become clear, illuminated by the very wisdom that guided Joseph in Egypt, that empowered Esther to approach a king, that strengthened David to face Goliath. This clarity is your inheritance, a direct download from the throne room. And with this clarity comes restitution, not just a return of what was lost, but a restoration that is often greater than the original. The time stolen will be redeemed. The opportunities missed will be replaced with divine appointments. The relationships fractured will be supernaturally mended. And the peace that has been elusive will flood your soul, a deep, unshakable assurance that anchors you even in the fiercest storm. This peace is not the absence of trouble, it is the presence of God within the trouble. This joy is not circumstantial happiness, it is an unshakable divine gladness that wells up from within, a testament to your deep roots in Him. You are not just being prepared, you are being positioned for unprecedented victory. Your story is being rewritten, from one of struggle to one of surmounting, from one of delay to one of divine delivery. This is the season where your deepest valleys become the launching pads for your highest mountains. To truly step into this reframe and embrace this unfolding promise, you must now engage with it. Take this moment. Breathe deeply. As you exhale, consciously release the narrative of defeat that the enemy has tried to impose on you. Now, speak these words aloud, with every fiber of your being, letting them echo in the space around you. My setback is my setup. My suffering is my strength. My trial is my testimony. Say it again. My setback is my setup. My suffering is my strength. My trial is my testimony. This is not a passive confession. It is an active declaration of your new reality. You are not defined by what you have endured, but by how you have been refined. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victor through Christ. This is the spiritual alchemy at work, turning the lead of your trials into the pure gold of your destiny. Your breakthrough is not just coming, it is being activated by your faith in this reframe. You are being made ready, and your season of shining has officially begun. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release the doubt, the weariness, the whispers of defeat. This is your moment of transition. It's time to actively step into the truth that has been revealed. You are called to perform an act of intentional faith, to align your actions with the divine blueprint that has been laid out for you. Begin by taking a piece of paper, a blank canvas for your courage. On it, write down 3 specific areas where you feel this divine testing most acutely. Name them, confront them on the page. Don't shy away from the difficulty. But then, for each of those challenges, you will write a declaration. Speak aloud your God-given strength and resilience. Declare the truth over that specific area. Write, because of this challenge, I am becoming stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more determined. Speak it with a conviction that shakes the foundations of any fear. Let your voice resonate with the authority that has been placed within you. Next, find a seed. It can be any seed, a sunflower seed, a bean, a tiny pebble that represents a seed of faith to you. Hold it in your palm. Feel its potential, the dormant life waiting to burst forth. This seed is a powerful symbol of the promise embedded within your current obstacle. It represents the growth that is poised to erupt from this season of testing. Now find a pot, a place for new beginnings. Plant this seed. Water it. As you nurture it, let it serve as a tangible reminder, a living testament that even in the hardest ground, life finds a way, and your breakthrough is not a matter of if, but when. And then stand. Stand tall, even if your knees feel weak. Lift your gaze, not to the burden, but to the horizon of your destiny. Proclaim with a voice that carries the weight of your newfound understanding, a voice that has been tempered and strengthened. I am a child of light, and this obstacle is not my end, but my intentional stepping stone. It is a testament to my sacred preparation. My season of testing has irrevocably birthed my season of triumph. I am being made ready. I am being made brilliant. I am being powerful. Say it again. I am a child of light, and this obstacle is my stepping stone. My testing has birthed my triumph. I am being made ready. Feel those words echo not just in the air, but in the very core of your being. As this declaration leaves your lips, let there be a shift. This is your sealing moment. Heaven bears witness to your courageous stance, to your faith in action. A prophetic seal is being placed upon your spirit, not as a brand of hardship, but as an emblem of victory. You are not merely surviving this journey, you are being preserved, shielded, and consecrated for a purpose far greater than you can currently perceive. The divine architect, the master weaver of all time and space, has meticulously placed this trial, not to hinder your path, but to highlight the very essence of your magnificent being. You are chosen, you are tested, and you are irrevocably destined to shine. This moment, right here, right now, marks the definitive end of your season of obscurity. It is the vibrant, undeniable commencement of your era of manifestation. You will emerge from this crucible not unscarred perhaps, but profoundly transformed. Your light will be amplified, your authority unequivocally activated, and your legacy etched not just in stone, but in the hearts and lives of generations to come. You are a living testament to the power of divine testing and the unfading, uncontainable brilliance of a child of